Welcome back for the continuation of our camp and off-road adventure in southern Utah. As we finish the final days of the trip, we venture onto a new trail seeking after some really cool relics of the mining history this area holds. Alright, good morning. It is now day 3 of the camping trip. The kids are still asleep, so taking advantage of getting things ready. Today we should be going out to explore, see if we can find some old mines. But before we do that, let's get breakfast going and let's get the kids all ready. Alright, for the pancake mix, I usually like to go for this Bisquick shake and pour. Basically, it's already got all the mix inside of this container. You put 1 and I think a half cups of water in it, and then you just shake it and then pour it out and cook it from there. Pretty easy, makes it super simple. We've got our breakfast sausage here, so we'll get things fired up here. And over here, got some fruit, some syrup, and getting that butter thawed out a little bit. All right, kids are awake just in time. Breakfast is just about done, and some mini pancakes too to make it a little more fun. So we're ready to eat soon. Turned out pretty good. All right, let's go check out some cool mines. As we leave camp in search of mines and relics of the past, I'm excited to venture down a new path. A couple days earlier, I walked through this narrow way, scouting what might be ahead. As the wash narrows around the truck, it's like a portal into the past. Uranium mining was booming in this area during the 1900s. While there are some well-documented mines, I couldn't find any information on the ones we're about to find. They're lost, forgotten with time. We begin to see signs of an old base camp. Only a few timbers remaining, some rusty chairs and a sink. At first I was so focused on the abandoned truck that I missed a collapsed mine entrance just behind it. It's seen better days, but it's still amazing how much of it is intact. If anybody knows what model this likely was, I'd love to hear in the comments. And I'd love to see anything made today look this good sitting so long. Everybody enjoyed getting a chance to look at the old parts. This looks like an old ignition coil and voltage regulator. The placard on the engine is surprisingly very legible. Moving on, the wire loom has seen better days and almost looks as if it had been burned at some point. If only the windows were still operational. This was a fun opportunity to teach the kids how manual opening and closing the windows were on older vehicles. And this is the kind of thing I was hoping to find on this trip. The kids were really curious and listening. This wasn't just an artifact sitting in a museum, but a real piece of history in its place, the kind of thing they can remember. We continued to investigate the surroundings of the truck, discovering what was likely the bench seat. Okay, leaving the truck, we walked down a slight slope which led us to this mine entrance. It almost looks like it had collapsed or maybe a mudslide. There's that sink again that we saw when we were coming in here. Do you think they had running water, or what sort of water setup do you think they had? I mean, there's literally nothing out here. After searching around for a while, we stumbled upon the truck bed. There's so many cool mines out here. Here comes another one. This one you can actually walk up to. Check this one out. That's awesome. Let's see. Oh, they've got it sealed off. They've got these bars, and then there's a it looks like they've got it. You know what? That's actually really interesting. I thought that might have been wood. That actually looks like a dead end. That is rock. And you can see where they maybe were drilling in. So I wonder if they thought there was ore here and turned out to be a dead end. And so they gave it up, is my guess. Interesting. Still really cool. Okay, here's another one. Oh, this one's interesting. I wonder if these weren't mines. So, no trespassing. Yeah, don't go in there. So this is, this looks like they maybe dug these out as living quarters. This was a really fascinating setup with all of the old furniture. There are some old boots, an old couch, a table. There's an old beer can. Kind of like a lookout or some sort of resting area. Huh. July 15, 1977. The date seems relevant, but I really hesitate to believe that anybody in 1977 put that there. Yeah, this is really cool. I mean, I was definitely not expecting to find this. Well, let's keep exploring. Look at those chairs. I would love to see anything we build today last this long in the outdoors. Everything back then is just metal. Ooh, this one's actually legible. What's this say? Metalcraft Production Co. Patent pending. We'll have to check that one out. And now check this out. I thought this was like an old dresser tipped over. Coming closer, this is just like everything else, rusted metal. But yeah, it's a fridge. So look at this. Crazy. The inside's not looking too bad, relatively speaking. And that's there's the controls. So pull to stop. Colder. There's a dial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we've got some old cans. Let's see what we can make of them. These ones are completely rusted out. These we can actually see a little bit. Cores. So there's a beer can. Ooh, and check this out. So that is Pepsi. I don't know how well you can see that. That is Pepsi. We were just getting started. We knew there was more out here to be found, and I was itching for what was around the next corner. If the landmarks weren't enough, the scenery was just as good between stops. These paths don't exist to help us find these sites. These paths exist because of the sites. The miners whose life this was found their way through these vast landscapes. Passing to the left would be a really cool spot to camp sometime, maybe with a smaller crew.
I love driving through this rocky terrain. It keeps the drive interesting and isn't so exhausting as a non-stop technical route. I'm building this rig for long-form routes, but to be self-sufficient and get through tougher situations when necessary. Excitement gathers as two mine entrances appear high on the cliffs ahead. So far we've mostly seen artifacts and a small mine, but nothing serious yet. Let's go check this one out. Well, I have to say, between the climb, two entrances, and solid horseshoe, this looked like a fairly successful prospect. I was very curious, but was unable to find any mention of this particular location. The heat was getting to us, so we decided to take a break, get some lunch, and then continue on. Our route will begin taking us higher on the plateau, in some sections that would prove to be a little scary for some passengers. The trail is beginning to steepen and become more rocky. I try to take it slow, as inside the truck every bump sends passengers rocking sideways, and it's slightly worse for the car seats. Nevertheless, the kids are enjoying the adventure and smiling, so long as I watch my placement of the truck and stay easier on the throttle. I'm still anticipating the section ahead, where reports of the trail deteriorating may make it difficult for larger vehicles. The path to the left is reportedly narrower and a winding shelf road. Now is not the time to test those limits, so we take the right. Here's where things get a little interesting. Okay, starting here, parts of the trail begin to tip slightly off camber toward the right. As the driver, I can't see as well how steep the drop-off is, and some folks were getting nervous, so I thought it was worse than it was. In an attempt to get the truck more level, I almost got us stuck. This would have been a good place for me to get out and walk the path a little. The issue here was there was a patch of deep sand. I think I was the only one who knew what was happening, but if we did get stuck, I had a few tools that would have easily helped in this scenario. I've definitely been in worse. And that's where I think I lost the bed step. More on that later. And if anyone's out there and finds it, let me know. Looking back, honestly, I don't think that was that bad, and I want to take another run through here. Keeping your passengers comfortable is important, but staying focused is most important. It's a good lesson. I'm used to running these trails solo.
We got another cabin up here. This one's not in as good of condition. It is collapsed for the most part, but we can see, ooh, there's some cool old tables, old chairs. It's really muddy in here. This looks like another fridge. It's got some gaskets on the side. There's another old fridge right there, and there's a bunch of, this looks like a bed, probably a bed. Crazy. That one almost looks like it was a little bit of pink and white stripes, the fabric. Pretty cool. And there's actually some clothes. There's an old shirt. And there's that's a pot. Let's see. Another one for cooking. That's a shame that one's already collapsed so much. I didn't see this before, but yeah, look at that. There's maybe an old newspaper. There's definitely a book. a couple books there. Huh. Well, we had a fun adventure today. Got to see some really cool mines, some old cabins, a lot of really old artifacts. Really overall just a great time on the trail today. We're back at camp. Wind is picking up. Maybe the most wind we've had this trip so far. I got a fire going here. I'm just trying to get some coals going. Not trying to build this up too much. Just trying to get some coals going to warm up some baked potatoes. And if the wind stays manageable, we'll build it up and do some s'mores here tonight. It's so dry here, this wood just catches up like nothing. But we got 3 potatoes in. They're already cooked, so we're trying to warm them up. And we got a wind. It's keeping the fire stoked here. Alright, let's take one of these out, see how it's looking, if it's ready. I've also got the butter just thawing out there. And fire's still looking pretty good. We'll maybe just let it simmer into some coals and we'll revive it when it's time to do some s'mores later tonight. Alright, we'll give it a little bit longer. It's getting nice and warm inside the center of it, but it's not like piping hot yet, so we want it piping hot. The butter will melt. Alright, and then the rest of this, we got the steak staged, it's ready to go. We've got our butter. We're running out of butter. Should have brought more. We'll have just enough for the potatoes, and then tomorrow, when we do pancakes, we'll just have to use oil. And then we got steak ready. We got some hot dogs. Table set up. Just waiting on these potatoes. I don't want to be managing the fire and the stove at the same time, so I just get the potatoes going. They'll stay warm inside the tin foil. And beautiful evening. The clouds are out. It's giving us some shade, but the wind is picking up. It is getting windy. Okay, I think that's probably enough for those potatoes. We're just gonna let them sit there by the warmth and stay warm while I cook the rest. So let's go over here. All right, we got our steaks seasoned, opened up, ready to go. There's a ton of wind, so we flipped the stove around. Let's get this thing fired up. Hot dogs out. Let's see if I can fit 2 steaks in there. 1, 2. Perfect. Switch you over. There we go. Alright, well that was a rush. Everybody is hungry, so they come and grab their food fast. Steaks are looking good, potatoes are looking great. It's time to eat. How is it, Betty?
Really good.
Good. Let's see how our coals are doing. It pretty much burned itself up. There's not much left. I'm debating, do I want to start another fire for the s'mores, or do I just want to use the easy gas one? I'll let the kids vote. Alright, vote was in. Should have known. Well, we're going to start it again, and I'm going to try it with the big sticks. I mean, it's already warm enough from the coals, and we've got a nice wind, so it seems to be catching on pretty well. What do you think?
Good.
Cool. We'll get it nice and hot so we can roast some s'mores, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we only had 2 skewers, and now we only have 1 skewer. The other one just broke randomly. So we're all taking turns with this one. Make some golden marshmallows. And I'm gonna have to get a lot more skewers next. Ooh, this one's gonna fall. Yeah. All right, next round. I love this fire pit. It's even got like a nice little oven in there. Wow.
I made an hand.
All right, those look pretty good. Nice. It's that one corner. I just trying really hard not to burn any. A little more brown. Okay. A little more on this side. Ah, man. Almost got it. Close.
On the ground.
Yeah. Looks like some good s'mores.
I'm not eating more. This kind of looks like a footprint.
Oops.
Yep. Little puppy lived in the castle, and little puppy hided the bad guys. Little puppy did not live in a castle. Little puppy lived in the woods, and he scared the monster away and broke his fork. And he kept sneaking in his house every night, and the puppy took the monster's marshmallows and ate them all, and real puppy took all of the monster's chocolate and ate them all, and Dupac ate all the chocolate too.
All right, we just noticed something funny. We were trying to move the bed step out, and I was like, where in the world is this thing? I can't even see it. And I looked under. I was like, well, that's because half of it's gone now. So we must have hit a rock or something. I mean, we were on some nice trails.
It's ripped off the step, and it was really bad.
Yeah, well,
Buy a new step.
well, it's halfway gone now, so it doesn't really work as a step. So
Yep.
we must have hit it on a rock or a really steep climb or something. Yep. So that one's good thing it was the cheaper one off of Amazon.
All right, we're just cleaning up all our gear now. We're gonna be packing up, but also there's a lot of clay shooting targets, it looks like, just littered all over this area. So we're going through and just cleaning up the camp, making it better than we found it. Don't forget, pack it in, pack it out, leave it better than you found it, leave no trace. Keep these areas looking beautiful so we can continue to use them.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a like and even subscribe, and we'll be back with more adventures.